G'day and welcome back to that new hobby high. Well, last Thursday I had my 4,000 point battle, and unfortunately what happened is that we didn't get to finish it. We ran out of time, but it was bloody good fun, I got to admit. What happened is I was playing against Raven Guard. And I did not take the time to read up on what exactly corax could do. I mean, it was right in front of me. It was in the book. It was right there in the book. I could have freaking stopped. I could have read up on it. I could have figured out what he was going to do, how he was going to do it, when he probably would have popped his special ability, and then freaking come up with a solution. But no, like an idiot, I went in blind. And although like I said, we didn't finish the game, it was certainly heading towards a Raven Guard victory at the start of midway through point turn 3, which is when we called it. We just got over. We just got over his shooting in combat phase. It was about to be my turn, because he went first. We didn't quite get to it. I still had like 70 odd troops on the board, but it was I had lost the Baneblade. So basically what had happened is I'd protected all my units really well. Sorry, Baneblade, bloody Fellblade. You reckon with the amount of money you spent on the bloody thing, I could at least get the name right. So I had the Fellblade all set up. I had troops all around it, so nothing could get the charge on. I had Formantaris in a tower with troops at the bottom, so nothing could get their charge on. And I had, I had so many troops on the table. It was spectacular. I reckon I had over 100 miniatures on the table, just doing their thing. And it looked great. And I got to admit, I think my starting setup was really, really strong. Raven Guard only had 2 Daradeos on the start. That was their entire setup. Everything else came from reserves, and they had everything else. I'm talking deliverers, chaplains, 15 deliverers, those dark furies as a bodyguard to corax, and all sorts of grim. And basically I got corax, came in, couldn't charge my Formantaris, so he darted away, and then darted away again, and then because he was on a hill, I lined up my tank, I lined up all my troops, lined up my Formantaris, and then corax did this sort of thing that looked like this, whoosh, missed. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to miss every bloody shot. He pulled, I think it was Cloak of Shadows or something like that. Anyway, it put his saves through the roof. And I estimate, about 150 dice into him in one shooting round. And I only think I got one wound in which he put on one of his Dark Furies. So I didn't even kill a single Dark Fury. Anyway, after that, because I'd moved my tank, the back was open, the deliverers came in and shoved a chain fist right up its coit, and it blew up and took out another 20 or so of my men. It was less than adequate, but it was fun. It was immensely fun. I took a couple of videos of it, but they are not, I warn you, they're not the greatest, because we were excited. It was getting late. Even just to stage 3, level stage 3, even just to the to get to the 3rd turn, we played from 6 to 10, and that's 4 hours. I know why it took so long is because I'm rolling buckets of dice at people. Like my Marines didn't move, so they got their the double shoot. And then if you're in 12 inches, they get another shot. So I'm rolling 60 dice, and I've only got 45. So I'm rolling, okay, 3s, 4s, those are 5s, get them all together, rolling again. Okay, now I've got to do the wounds. And it takes bloody forever. I've got to find either a quick way of rolling dice or find a piece of software that everyone's happy with that allows me to roll the dice like 60 dice, press a button, 60d6. Da, 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 da. Because my dice rolling slows down the games immensely. But yeah, it was good. Like I said, I really, really, really wanted to knock corax on the head, but didn't come about. But next time, I have come across a few tricks. Night vision, which the Formantaris have, you don't get your shroud save. Interesting. And also things that that ignore cover. Also, so maybe I should get some of those mortars. You know, the little mortars on tank trucks. They've got a flame template. Friggin' drops friggin' things on them like that. And maybe I should get a couple of them and see how they go. But I'm building an army towards an enemy, and that's not what I want to do. I want to build an army and just build. Anyway, have a quick look at this video, and then I'll take you through my list. And yeah, it's all good. Have a look at it. Really quickly, 4,000 point battle. That was my setup. The Fellblade in and amongst a bunch of Ultramarines protecting every single corner. Spartan over there, Formantaris in the tower with the breaches at the bottom to protect them from back attacks. That's the full Ravenguard deployment, just 2 Daradeos. Everything else came from reserves on start of turn 3. And this is what happened when I unloaded everything I had to into corax up on the hill there. The deliverers appeared, attacked, and so did some jet bikes, and attacked the back of my Fellblade, which blew up and killed my army. That's it in a nutshell. I still had about 70 miniatures left after this, but my heart had gone from the army. Right, so as you saw, after turn 3, I still had a few bunch of blokes on the table, but it was getting late. I was getting tired, if I'm 100% honest. I work full time, come home, and then just go out to the game. Not my best moments. You know, just at one stage I literally rolled dice, and then what the fuck did I just roll? Got no fucking idea. But it was a good game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But let me take you through this. This is... See if I can get that on. Oh, see, I've got it all set up. I knew I was going to do it. This is everything I've painted since I found this hobby. This is 6 months worth of work. On and off, 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday. And yeah, that's 4,300 points in total, but not playable. Because like there's 5 HQ units, there's 5 elites. You know, and you look at it and you go, oh, it's just the Age of Darkness box with a few extras. Well, true. I mean, that tank there and that tank there is nearly 1,200 in and of itself. But we start off with the dude that started it all. Yeah, looking all right. So there's a Forge World. Where's my finger? Oi, you don't get to ask that question too often, do you? Forge World, Praetor. That's just a made up Cataphracti. There's the other Forgewood Praetor. Three Forgewood purchases there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Apocryphes. I got the 10-man unit. Before, when I originally made the Age of Darkness box, I had a 5 and a 5. But now I've got a 10 and a 10 because I bought a box of Cataphracti. Took me ages to get the swords for them, but they look all right. What's left of the Mark IIIs, and I extended my my 20-man, 10-man tactical, so 20-man and a 10-man tactical by another 10. So I got 2 20-man tacticals. I got my special weapons, two rhinos, and he's currently got a las cannon. But the moment I get another contemptor, I'm putting the bolt cannon back on, and the other contemptor will be pure las cannon just for anti-tank. Well, that's it. I think it looks all right. It certainly looks the business all close up. You know, well, the mud looks good, and I can definitely see an improvement as I go through it. Bloody, you can see here where a bloody hunter killer's come off. Yeah, he served well actually during the game. He did blow up a Daradeo, which was quite impressive. And then because I got too keen, I didn't focus his fire. I sort of spread it out, and yeah, I think I've got to concentrate on actually focusing my shooting into one target. Get rid of one target, move on to the next. He's missing the backpack because these things fall apart very easily. But that's a full 4,300 points, as is. And, you know, it's growing. It's growing slowly. As you can see here, the missile dudes are coming along. God, they look rough. And then there's this champ. My God, let me tell you about this. This is the biggest pain in the ass to get square. I have used so much milliput in here. I've got to recarve all these squares. Just trying to get these blocks straight and square where they've sunken in. As you can see the low spots here and here where I've got to reputty them to get them square. That one came up all right. But yeah, and so he's getting put together. Those 1,000 Suns are just a little side project for fun. But yeah, no, it's been good. I will tell you this though. On Thursday, I was talking about, you know, on the big Fellblade. I was talking to some of the lads at the game shop, and I was telling them how I fully intended on having the two twins sitting on the multi-motors, having their shoulder pads mounted on the outside. So like when they came out, they could just sort of like pick it up, put it on their shoulder, pick it up, put it on their shoulder, and they'd be ready to leave the tank and do whatever they wanted to do. But they showed me something truly horrible. Now, I couldn't believe it when I first watched it. This was someone done a computer animation of an Ultramarine, a newer one, getting his armor put on. And just the horror behind that 1 3-minute video was fucking astonishing. They had, right, servitors, right? Sometimes I think people just blaze over how truly horrifying the world is. Zombie servitors in a huge room, just suiting up, one dude, and it looked like you had big high ceilings, you know, looking down on this one dude. And these machines are putting on like bits of armor, greaves, crotch plate, back plate, chest plate, lots of drills, like that suit 'em up scene from StarCraft. But the side horrors, they had cherubs, as I was told they were called, dead babies with wings. And their entire purpose of having a dead baby floating around in this sanctum is to put a helmet on a fella, which any pleb could have done. They literally have dead babies floating around in these things. I couldn't fucking believe. And just the, you know, the freaking servitor, you know, freaking mind still captured alive, and, you know, but, you know, his body doing the mechanical movements of a machine. Oh my God, it's fucking horrifying. Truly fucking horrifying. And here's the other thing. That movie took about, that little animation took about 10 minutes, right? So every bloke who gets a suit of armour needs to go through 10 minutes in that big room all alone, and then they march out in the paddock, and the first turn, I lose 6 of them. Well, there's a fucking waste of 3 hours. Jesus, yeah. But, yeah, I think people just blow over how benignly horrible. Like, I found out about the bloody demoncular bar. Thank you very fucking much, whoever told me about that. Why? Fucking why? But the, cherubs, babies, for dead babies floating around on wings for no fucking reason. Unbelievable. Yes, it was mental. Yeah, so that was my thinking. Anyway, I was sitting there and going, that makes no sense at all. And they're going, yeah, no, it's nothing makes sense in 40k. It was meant to be a piss take of fantasy and became its own trope of freaking how bad a piss take could be. Fucking hell, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Well, here's to hoping that the future is not as grimdark as all of that. I know tomorrow's going to be a sunny, happy day, and I hope yous all enjoy it. Anyway, that's all from me for today. Yous have a lovely day, and take care of yourselves. Love the lot of yous. Give your missus a kiss, and I'll catch yous all later. Ta-ra.